Compelled to agree. Lisa Hamil.
Thank you. Compelled to agree. In honor of my father, who, along with my mother and myself, were East European refugees to the United States, if you can imagine, way back in almost the dark ages of the last century, my father absolutely believed in the benefits of proliferating humanity. After settling in the coast of California, he went on to have 5 more children, and people kept saying, "Is there enough already? What's going on? Are you trying to create a mini Bulgaria over here?" But that didn't bother him one bit. He being a pharmacist, my mother being a pharmacist, they insisted that I become one as well. In all the years that we grew up together with the 6 children in our family gatherings were an extremely special time. And getting along with each other was also extremely challenging because each one of us had a completely different personality, not to mention how different my mother and my father were to begin with. And as a person myself who thrived in the healing profession, so much of my thinking is moderated by the reality of our functional and self-directed physiology, namely the unity of our body. In other words, as a family of human beings, what really governs our progress and our interactions with each other. Our body, as an example, holds trillions and trillions of diverse cell constituents. They work together towards the unity of the whole and yet maintain their own identity. They are intolerant of the ones which deviate from the benefit of the entire congregation. And those deviants in a family can certainly wreak havoc amongst 8 family members. But these are the members, the cells, the tissues, and the organ systems of our physical being. And they seek to energize the unity of purpose for which they are created with diversity. Our physical world is getting smaller and connection is far more impactful. We're continually learning of different cultures, ideologies, and economic opportunities. This scope of human existence reminds me that our own diversity, collection of cells, and organs coexist in perfect harmony. And for this, I am extremely thankful. This was first designed and breathed into action by our Creator. How does that translate? In my mind, each organ, liver, lung, stomach, heart, serves like a governance that has a specific goal for a result. Each organ contributes to the successful survival of the species. By the same token, each cell within those organs has certain basic functions that simultaneously unite them to every other cell. This was very true with myself and my siblings and even my parents. We all had a certain basic function with each other that assured the overall survival of our family. All of us needed resources to thrive, energy to function, methods of waste disposal, and removal of quote unquote senescence. Each cell is designed to support other cells that coexist in other organs as well. They may all have different functions, as do the different organs and organ systems. However, they all thrive in the abundance of health when they provide in turn for each other. One of my father's favorite commands to all of us children was sacrifice, sacrifice, and be thankful that you can sacrifice because you have something available to offer the rest of us. So this reminds me of the significance of honoring those who are different than I am. They are different in their preferences of resources, different in their productivity and duties, as well as different in their tone and makeup physiologically. Likewise, the humanity of our world exists with such diversity of culture, resources, contributions, and consumptions, we are not all the same, but do serve each other with benefits that cannot be replaced by one unified population. If you can imagine, all of us in the family wanted the rest of us to be exactly like we were. But unless there was that diversity, the harmony and the key to perpetuating longevity was lost. Functional health or health span for our society would be compromised. What will it take to harmonize the populations of our world, our communities, our families, and embrace a productive and supportive peace that thrives? The precept of harmony with cellular populations needs to be adopted for human populations to thrive as a planet. Word has it that we are overpopulated. People were constantly telling my father, "You are overpopulating our community." To date, we are approaching 8 billion people that inhabit the 7 continents. 8 billion people seems like a lot. However, if you allocated a quarter of an acre, about 1,000 square meters per person, which is a decent size for a house and a yard, they could all fit in an area roughly the size of Texas. That is a remarkable consolidation of resources and people. It also leaves the remaining land mass of Earth completely unoccupied. Drawing a parallel, our human bodies are composed of close to 40 trillion cells. If you consider the significance of our microbiome, that adds another 39 trillion or so contributing cells. All these cells currently exist in harmony with marginal lack of resources. Why is it such a challenge to live in harmony with so many diverse people with diverse backgrounds when we have much stronger cognitive capabilities as individual humans? Could it be that our gift of free will has taken us off the track of perpetual survival? Our challenge is not overpopulation, but underutilization, was my father's constant reminder. Capabilities for global contribution was so important. If almost 80 trillion cells can coordinate the vitality of one united individual in health, how much more can be realized with 8 million diversely talented and cognitive human beings? Surely we have more to offer as a human being than a single cell that cannot even drive a car. What makes the individual cell of diverse composition or purpose so successful? They are united by an unseen orchestration of energy and direction. Their delight is in fulfilling their biologic purpose with homeostasis. What will it take for mankind to enjoy their biologic purpose of balance, unity, creation, and productivity? What will it take to generate the conglomerate reward of peace, joy, and love for one another? All of these things are required not only in our physiology, but in our families, our communities, and the world at large. Let us learn from the living examples that are unified, do more, and set the higher standard of coordinated balance with the joy of peace. Thank you.